Chap 136. Second level of the Mahayana realm. Number 1 cultivator in the world. Xian Qingjun entered the cave abode and sat down at the table. She smiled at Hanju and clicked her tongue in wonder. You could even tame the golden crows. You've already reached the Mahayana realm. Hanju suddenly felt that he had missed something. He hurriedly activated the system barrier and enveloped the entire immortal mountain. As he grew stronger, the function of the system also increased. It was not difficult for the barrier to envelop a mountain. He didn't know if the barrier could hide him from the immortal gods. Yes, Hanju replied. There was nothing to hide. If Xian Qingjun had other thoughts about him, it would serve as a warning. If he could avoid conflict and trouble, he would try his best to avoid it. Xian Qingjun treated him well. He didn't want her to think otherwise. Even if they fought, she couldn't beat him. Xian Qingjun sighed with emotion. I once thought that Ji Xianchen was the number 1 prodigy in the world. I didn't expect it to be you. I was wrong back then, but it also shows that my luck is strong. I was able to meet you before you became strong. My dear Dao companion, will you think of throwing me aside now? Xian Qingjun smiled as she asked. She was still very shocked when she arrived at the Immortal Mountain. This mountain was full of treasures. The Fusang tree made her feel that it was extraordinary. In addition to 2 golden crows, was this a treasure land that a mortal should have? Hanju smiled and said, of course not. After all, you've helped me a lot. Although they were Dao companions, they were very polite. Xian Qingjun raised her right hand and wiped her face. Her ordinary appearance disappeared and was replaced by a beautiful face. Her eyes were seductive and her facial features were exquisite. Hanju was a little lost at the view. I knew it, Vaer the mighty demon lord couldn't be so ordinary. Even mortals can become good-looking, let alone cultivators. I'm about to ascend. Are you willing to ascend with me? Asked Xian Qingjun, staring at him. Hanju shook his head. I don't want to ascend yet. Why? You don't want to travel with me? I've deduced that I have enemies in the higher realms. There are people waiting for me to ascend. I still have to become stronger. If I ascend with you, I'll only implicate you. Xian Qingjun frowned. After hearing that, she looked at Hanju deeply. She suddenly felt that this man before her was filled with unknowns, as if he was the most mysterious fog in the world. Xian Qingjun came to Hanju's side and asked with a smile, in that case, are you willing to cultivate with me for half a year before I ascend? Hanju instinctively wanted to reject, but on second thought, she had paid quite a price. She had given him so many resources. Besides, she had a pretty face. Hanju responded positively to her question. Half a year passed in a flash. Xian Qingjun left. Hanju sent her out of the cave abode. Dao Comprehension soared and the others looked over. Xian Qingjun chuckled. We'll meet again in the immortal world. Hanju nodded. Xian Qingjun turned into a wave of demonic qi and dissipated. Hanju exclaimed in his mind, they had really cultivated together. Hanju originally thought that something indescribable would happen between the two of them. He didn't expect that it was just a discussion of the Tao and some experience sharing. That's it. To think that he had been nervous for hundreds of years, Hanju thought in self-mockery. Why do I feel some regrets? It must be the heavenly Tao's doing. My Tao heart can't be tied down by a woman. Master, who is she? Tao Comprehension Sword asked. The black-held chicken laughed strangely on the fusang tree. Needless to say, it's the demoness who wants to eat Master. A golden crow squeezed over, scaring the chicken away. Hanju replied, a fellow Taoist. We discussed the Tao earlier. It was not bad. You can enter the cave abode now. With that, he turned around and went back in. He sat on the bed and started cultivating. At the same time, he wondered why Xing Hongxian and the others were not back yet. Most of the time, Hanju didn't pay attention to the puppets unless they were in danger. He opened the emails. Your grand disciple Feng Liang chanced upon an opportunity and gained an epiphany of an ancient mystical power. Your good friend Mo Fuzhou obtained the providence of the devil race and his cultivation increased greatly. Your good friend Fairy Xixian accidentally entered the ancient mystic realm. Your Tao companion Xing Hongxian accidentally entered the ancient mystic realm. Your good friend Taoist 9 Cauldrons accidentally entered the ancient mystic realm. Your good friend Ji Xianchen has left the mortal world. Your good friend Zhou Fan was attacked by a righteous cultivator, X10877. Hanju clicked his tongue in surprise. Fang Liang had obtained another fortuitous encounter. Could it be that he would not return? When he returned, he might already be immortal. Hanju noticed that Mo Fuzhou had obtained the Providence of the devil race and didn't understand what it meant. The previous demonic path empire seemed to have involved the devil race. Could it be that they still had evil intentions? Also, Ji Xianchen had left the mortal world. The icon was still there. Had he ascended? Hanju couldn't figure it out, but he didn't want to think about it anymore. He had to hurry up and cultivate, lest the Vermilion Bird and Taoist Juyan descend into the mortal world to hunt him down. 7 years passed in the blink of an eye. Hanju finally broke through to the second level of the Mahayana realm. The improvement in cultivation made him very happy. What made him even happier was that he discovered that with the arrival of the 2 golden crows, the rate at which the Fusang tree nurtured spirit qi became faster. The 2 golden crows could already speak in human language, and their intelligence was also increasing. They were very respectful towards Hanju. Every time they saw him, they couldn't help but shiver. This made the black hell chicken very curious and asked itself whether Hanju had tortured them before. The cultivation levels of his disciples and grand disciples also increased. Morong Qi had already become the #1 prodigy of the Jade Pure Sacred Sect. Ever since he chose the path of the spear, he had created many spear techniques and his combat strength had increased greatly. On this day, the group that went out of the sect finally returned. Taoist 9 Cauldrons, Xing Hongxian, and Fairy Shixian first came to the connate cave abode to visit him. Elder Han, were you the one who killed the Fiend Emperor? Taoist 9 Cauldrons suppressed his excitement and asked. It was a long journey. They took more than 10 years to traverse mountains and rivers. However, Taoist 9 Cauldrons was still very excited when he recalled that sword qi. Hanju said, yes, it was me, but don't spread this matter out to avoid unnecessary trouble. The current Jade Pure Sacred Sect isn't invincible. Taoist 9 Cauldrons suppressed his excitement and nodded. Xing Hongxian said with admiration, husband, you're truly incredible. You're definitely the #1 cultivator in the world. Fairy Shixian also sighed, thinking back, how could she have imagined that this disciple, who had given her a headache in the past, would become #1 in the world in just a few hundred years? Hanju's rise made her realize something. Talent was really important. With outstanding talent, he did not need to go out and explore. His cultivation speed was still unparalleled. One's talent was not good. Even if he obtained opportunities frequently, he still could not catch up to the absolute geniuses. I don't dare to call myself the #1 in the world. There might be many powerful figures hidden in this world. You can't underestimate the people of the world, Hanju said seriously. Taoist 9 Cauldrons adjusted his emotions and said, recently, a true devil appeared in the world. His name is Mo Fuzhou. I suspect that he's that disciple from our Jade Pure Sacred Sect. What do you think we should do? Should we issue a kill order? If it was really a disciple of the Jade Pure Sacred Sect, it would be too tarnishing for the sect's reputation. Perhaps the world would think that they were a demonic sect, Hanju asked. Has he already started killing? No, but rumor has it that he's a true devil. Then forget about it. Hanju still had a good impression of Mo Fuzhou, but it was only a good impression. There was no need to attract trouble for him. Di Hongye has a favorable impression of you. Current favorability, 3 stars. A question mark appeared in Hanju's mind when he saw the line of words. Who was Di Hongye? Chap 137. Su Qi returns. Soul fragment of the Devil Master. Hanju chatted with Taoist 9 Cauldrons while looking for Di Hongye. Soon, he found the profile icon. He saw a rich and beautiful woman, Di Hongye. Cultivation unknown. She is from the Golden Crow Divine clan. She had once given birth to 7 golden crows for her husband. The 2 youngest golden crows were expelled from the Golden Crow Divine clan due to their poor potential. Di Hongye has always been concerned about them. She deduced that you have taken in the 2 golden crows and developed a favorable impression of you. If you kill the 2 golden crows, you will receive Di Hongye's hatred, and she will not let go until you are dead. Current favorability, 3 stars. Oh, but was the mother of the golden crows. Hanju was secretly glad that he didn't kill the 2 little golden crows. Otherwise, he would be dead. This was the first time that the system could not identify one's cultivation level. Come to think of it, giving birth to 7 golden crows was truly an incredible feat. After chatting for a while, Daoist 9 cauldrons left. Fairy Shixian and Xing Hongxian did not stay long either. Dao Comprehension Sword couldn't help but ask curiously, Master, are you already the strongest cultivator in the world? From Daoist 9 cauldrons' description, she suddenly understood that Hanju's finger technique many years ago was not just to show them what Mahayana was impossible. That's because they are ignorant. I can sense that there are at least 10,000 Mahayana cultivators in this world. Many of them are stronger than me. They just don't want to be disturbed by the mortal world. Hanju shook his head. Dao Comprehension Sword frowned. She felt the pressure again. She still had to cultivate diligently. Otherwise, if her master abandoned her one day, she wouldn't be able to survive. After Daoist 9 cauldrons and the others returned, the Jade Pure Sacred Sect began to release a large number of sect missions. They were no longer limited to the Great Yen, and the disciples could freely appear outside the Great Yen realm. Hanju finally welcomed his ideal cultivation era. Even though he was already unparalleled under the heavens, he did not relax. Most of his time was spent on cultivation. Unlike before, he would take the time to teach those around him. Xing Hongxian and Chang Yuer were the ones he took the most care of. The 2 of them were not connate bearers, and their cultivation potential was not high. To be honest, it was very, very difficult for them to reach the Tribulation Transcendence realm, unless there was a great opportunity for them to be reborn. Although Hanju was a Mahayana realm cultivator, he couldn't change fate. Otherwise, the chances of people ascending in the mortal world would increase greatly. Xing Hongxian and Chang Yuer died of old age. In Hanju's opinion, it was also a good thing. If they were reincarnated and had good potential, their cultivation would be twice as effective. Reincarnation could easily change a person's soul. It was mainly because of different experiences and memories. Hanju helped them awaken their memories when they just reincarnated. They wouldn't become another person. Of course, this was only Hanju's preparation plan. Xing Hongxian and Chang Yuer definitely didn't want to die. What Hanju could do was to help them cultivate as much as possible. 7 years later, Xing Hongxian couldn't help but go out to search for fortuitous encounters again. This time, Chang Yuer also followed. The 2 women could also take care of each other. Ever since Xing Hongxian returned, Chang Yuer often visited her. The relationship between these 2 women had improved greatly. Now, they were like best friends. Hanju found it hard to understand. Perhaps Dao Comprehension Sword and Fairy Shixian had provoked them. When Xing Hongxian learned that Fairy Shixian and Chang Yuer both had heavenly puppets, she immediately understood the situation. On this day, Su Qi and the chaotic heavenly dog returned. Hanju was almost scared to death. He hurriedly called Su Qi into the cave abode. As for the chaotic heavenly dog, he couldn't be bothered. The chaotic heavenly dog began wailing as it was surrounded by the crowd. It felt aggrieved ever since it left the mountain. It had been suffering. Young Tiandong appeared to be consoling, but he was secretly gloating. Stupid dog, serves you right. Sun Chang'an was very curious about the chaotic heavenly dog and Su Qi. As for Morong Qi, he had recently gone out and was not on the mountain, as the Black Hell Chicken boasted. Come, after all these years, let Master Chicken see what you're capable of. It's back, finally. It dreamed of teaching this dog a lesson. The chaotic heavenly dog was no fool. It could sense that the Black Hell Chicken's aura was stronger than his. He turned to look at the 2 golden crows on the fusong tree and asked curiously, "What's that?" "Your sons?" After the little golden crows concealed their true sun flames, they didn't exude any aura. Furthermore, their realm was far higher than the chaotic heavenly dog's. The dog couldn't see through their cultivation level. "Yes, that's the younger brother and sister I hatched for you," the Black Hell Chicken replied indifferently. The mention of the golden crows made it uncomfortable. For some reason, the 2 little golden crows liked to pester it. This was very troubling. facing the golden crows. It was truly afraid. The chaotic heavenly dog bristled. Then I'll fight them. I'll show you the results of my cultivation. With that, it walked straight to the Fusong tree. Yang Tiandong, the black hell chicken, and Sun Chang'an didn't stop it. They all revealed strange smiles. On the other side, Dao Comprehension's sword was chased out of the cave abode again. She looked indignant. It was fine if that was a woman, but why was her master chasing her out for a man? Inside the cave abode, Suchi kept kowtowing to him. Like the chaotic heavenly dog, he wailed, making Hanju speechless. Master, I've completed the task you gave me. Thank you for protecting me all these years. Suchi was extremely excited. Only when he returned did he feel at ease. Secretly protected, that's your bad luck. Hanju said seriously, from now on, you can cultivate with me in the cave abode. His words were casual, but they were the warmest words Suchi had ever heard. Hanju suddenly frowned and raised his palm to slap him. Suchi was sent flying and fell on the wall. He couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. He looked up at Hanju in shock and was about to say something when he saw a demonic shadow, the silhouette, Devil Master. Suchi was shocked. He had been wondering where the Devil Master had gone. He didn't expect the Devil Master to be hidden in his body. Could it be that when he had sex with women, the Devil Master had also? Suchi's hatred for the Devil Master instantly reached the maximum. Hanju looked at the demonic shadow expressionlessly and said, "Why are you hiding in my disciple's body?" The Devil Master teased, "So the master he has been talking about is you. You're truly capable. To be able to sense my existence, you must be a Mahayana realm cultivator." "He's the Devil Master." Suchi exclaimed, "The Devil Master has hatred towards you. Current hatred points, 4 stars." A line of words appeared in front of Hanju. He couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. He cautiously checked the Devil Master's information. Devil Master, 7th level of the Mahayana realm, soul fragment state. The strongest demonic cultivator in the demonic path for the past 10,000 years, known to all as the Devil Master. Because you are Suchi's master, he has developed hatred towards you and will definitely kill you in the future. Current hatred points, 4 stars. A soul fragment. Hanju suddenly attacked. He used the 6-path soul absorption technique and sucked the Devil Master's soul into his palm. He then quickly cast the 6 paths insignia on the Devil Master's soul. "What are you doing?" The Devil Master growled in anger. Hanju pretended to hesitate and said, "You're the Devil Master. Killing you is what I should do. However, I'm afraid of trouble. If I let you go, can you let my disciple go?" When the Devil Master heard this, he felt disdain. So it was a coward, of course. "All right, you can leave." Hanju said, "Farewell." The Devil Master's soul fragment quickly fled. The Devil Master's hatred towards you has increased. Current hatred points, 5 stars. Hanju raised his eyebrows when he saw the notification. Was really asking for death. After the Devil Master left, Suchi said, "Master, you can't believe his words." Hanju said calmly, "I don't believe him at all. It's only because that was just a soul fragment." When the soul fragment of the Devil Master returned to his main body, Hanju would let him have a taste of what it was like to be schemed against. Chap 138. 3rd level of the Mahayana realm, killing the Devil Master. Hearing Hanju's words, Suchi couldn't help but think of the sword chi that killed the Fiend Emperor. Could it be? Suchi looked expectant. "Tell me about your experiences over the years." Hanju smiled. His smile was so kind and warm in Suchi's eyes. Suchi was inexplicably touched. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and sat down in front of him. He began to talk about his hundreds of years of experience. Hanju breathed in and cultivated while listening. He didn't need to interrupt and only listened to Suqi. It had to be said that Suchi's experience was truly legendary. It was full of ups and downs and was absolutely wonderful. It could be written as a fairy tale. It took him 10 days and 10 nights to finish. Even though his cultivation was close to the void amalgamation realm, his mouth was still dry. Hanju sighed. "It's been hard on you all these years. Su-chi replied, "Master, you must be concerned about me. It must be your plan for me to be able to survive, just like how you killed the fiend emperor." Hanju felt embarrassed, but his expression was calm. "Cultivate for 10 years first. I'll teach you the mystical power later," said Su-chi nodded. He had calmed down. Then, the master and disciple entered a cultivation state and no longer spoke. After the war between the righteous and demonic ended, many holy lands led by the heavenly immortal manor joined forces. The fiendish cultivators retreated step by step like street rats. The demons did not dare to act recklessly, and peace returned to the world. The righteous path seemed to realize that they were not strong enough on the surface. The holy lands began to promote their respective geniuses. Among them, Ji Xianchen was the most famous. He had slain one of the 5 fiends, Luo Chioma, and slaughtered 1,000,000 fiendish cultivators. His reputation was unparalleled. Ji Xianchen even had the bearing of the #1 cultivator in the world. However, the identity of the mysterious cultivator who had killed the fiend emperor had never been revealed, causing Ji Xianchen to be unable to firmly take first place. Time passed gradually, and another 10 years passed. Hanju broke through to the 3rd level of the Mahayana realm. Breaking through a minor realm in 17 years was a little slow to Hanju. However, if it was spread out, it would definitely cause a huge commotion. Hanju's goal was to reach the perfected Mahayana realm as soon as possible and break through to the Immortal Realm. On this day, Hanju brought Su-chi out of the cave abode and started to teach him a mystical power. Young Tiandong was sent to the foot of the mountain. The others had the great providence of immortals, so they shouldn't be killed by Su-chi. After all, even the chaotic heavenly dog could withstand it. Su-chi's bad luck was a calamity to the mortals, but in the higher realms, it might not be that strong. Moreover, Su-chi was still immortal. Su-chi was very excited. He could finally learn something from his master. Yang Tiandong, Sun Chang'an, and Dao Comprehension Sword were very curious about him. The chaotic heavenly dog no longer felt love. They had both been away for centuries, so why was Su-chi so favored by his master? It had expected its master to scold and beat it, but it had not expected its master to ignore it. It was uncomfortable. Hanju spent a month imparting his mystical power. When Su-chi was cultivating his mystical power, Hanju came to the Fusang tree and sat down, feeling its boundless vitality. It was indeed a divine tree. Now, the spirit chi produced by the Fusang tree had already surpassed that of the entire immortal mountain. Not only that, but the spiritual chi was too rich and began to spread. It benefited the entire Jade Pure Sacred sect. The nearest mountain was the first to enjoy the benefits. Taoist 9 cauldrons had set up the surrounding mountains as a blessed land. Only those who had made outstanding contributions to the sect could move their cave abodes there. This had nothing to do with Hanju. He took out the Book of Misfortune and started to curse the Vermilion Bird and Taoist Juyan. He pulled up his interpersonal relationships and checked his emails. After not seeing them for so many years, he wondered how his friends were doing. Your grand disciple Feng Liang was attacked by demons, X43211. Your grand disciple Feng Liang was attacked by a demon saint and was severely injured. Fortunately, a mighty figure passed by and he escaped death. Your good friend Imo Fuzhou inherited the demonic path's mystical power. His cultivation has increased greatly. Your good friend Ji Xianchen has returned to the mortal world. He has comprehended the true meaning of heaven and earth and stepped into the Mahayana realm. Your good friend Huang Jihao was attacked by your good friend Imo Fuzhou and was severely injured. Your Dao companion Xian Qingjun ascended and became an immortal. Her providence has increased greatly. Your grand disciple Morong Qi met with a fortuitous encounter and his body transformed. Your good friend Zhou Fan was attacked by a righteous cultivator, X3892. Hanju looked down and felt that the cultivation world was indeed peaceful. He suddenly thought of the Devil Master. He didn't know if the Devil Master's soul fragment had returned to his main body, began to sense the 6 paths insignia on the Devil Master's soul fragment. Soon, Hanju caught the Devil Master's aura. He checked his interpersonal relationships and discovered that the Devil Master's soul fragment had already disappeared. Presumably, it had returned to the main body. Since that was the case, he should be killed now. Hanju raised his right hand and pointed at the sky with his index finger. He closed his eyes and carefully sensed the direction of the six paths insignia. On the other side, at the other end of the world, on a desolate desert, sand blew into the sky. The Devil Master floated above the cliff. In front of him were three people. They were Mo Fujo, Mo Zhu, and a black-robed woman. Disbelief filled the faces of Mo Fujo and the others. This is the origin of your Mo family. The Devil Race has chosen you. If you complete the mission given to you by the Devil Race, the Mo family will become an immortal family of the higher realm. The Devil Master smiled. Even though he was smiling, it was still terrifying. Gritting his teeth, Mo Fujo said, "We can't control our birth, but we don't want to become devils who cause chaos." The Devil Master sneered. "Oh? Have you not killed many? I didn't do it on purpose. Most of the time, I had no choice. What about your good brother Zhou Fan? Do you remember how you killed him?" Mo Fujo's expression instantly darkened. Zhou Fan's death was the biggest worry in his heart. Every time he thought of Zhou Fan, Mo Fujo would feel extremely uncomfortable. His heart would be tormented and he would wish that he was dead. The black-robed woman interjected, "The Devil Race wants to control the mortal world. What do the immortals think? We're humans, not devils. If we help them replace the humans, how can we stand on our own? Besides, even the Fiend Emperor didn't succeed. How many years will it take us to succeed? Did the devils send any powerful helpers?" The Devil Master glanced at her and snorted. "Even without you guys, the Devil Race will succeed. When we cultivate the demonic path techniques, we are no longer humans. The Devil Race is not a single lineage. There are countless devils in the myriad mortal worlds. As for the powerful helpers sent by the Devil Race, I am that reinforcement." His tone was full of confidence. Mo Zhu couldn't help but ask, "Are you stronger than the Fiend Emperor?" "Of course. How can the Fiend Emperor be compared to me? Previously, I didn't attack because I wanted to use the Fiend Emperor to test the strength of the righteous path." The Devil Master's words were filled with disdain for the Fiend Emperor. At this moment, a terrifying pressure came, startling the Devil Master and Mo Fujo. They subconsciously turned to look. Sword light shone on their faces. Before the Devil Master could react, he saw a sword beam from the corner of his eye. That was, boom, the heaven-earth mystic yellow world-piercing sword finger swept past, drowning the Devil Master. The terrifying wind sent Mo Fujo and the other two flying. The sword chi came quickly and dissipated quickly. Mo Fujo and the other two stabilized themselves in the air. They looked over in astonishment. They could no longer see the Devil Master nor sense his demonic chi. The Devil Master was obliterated in both body and soul. Chap 139. Heavenly Court, Divine Palace, Buddhist sect. When Hanju found the Six Paths insignia on the Devil Master, he realized that there was another Six Paths insignia beside him. He sensed carefully and realized that it was Mo Zhu. He immediately connected with the heavenly puppet in Mo Zhu's storage ring and heard the Devil Master's words. The Devil Race was not giving up. Hearing the Devil Master's posturing, Hanju couldn't listen anymore. Go and die. Enough is enough. Shooting him with a single finger was a good chance to scare Mo Fujo and the other two, telling them that it was impossible for the devils to succeed. Mo Zhu was the first to recover. She swallowed and said, "He died just like that?" The black-robed woman was horrified. She was the second-generation head of the Mo family, Mo Yuling. She was at the 5th level of the Tribulation Transcendence realm. Her cultivation level was the highest among the three, so her feelings were deeper. The Devil Master made her feel extremely powerful, even suffocating. Such a powerful existence was instantly killed by the mysterious sword cultivator. How strong was the attacker? Fortunately, we didn't agree directly, or we might have died. Mo Fujo smiled bitterly. Evil cannot triumph over good. Mo Fujo strengthened his Tao heart. Even if he was a true devil, he had to be one with a righteous heart. Mo Zhu hurriedly bowed in all directions and said, "Thank you for your forgiveness. Thank you for your forgiveness." thank you for your forgiveness. She was afraid that the expert would attack again. Hanju couldn't help but laugh when he heard her words. The three of them left immediately. Mo Fuzhou looked at Mo Yuling and asked, "Where are we going next?" Mo Yuling took a deep breath and said, "Find the clansmen scattered throughout the world and then return to the Mo family's territory." The Mo family is very big, and only a small portion of the clan remains in your Great Yen. As the main clan was slaughtered, the other clans should have also followed in their footsteps. However, like you, there will always be people who survive. Mo Fuzhou nodded. Mo Zhu hesitated. She wanted to say that since the Mo family no longer wanted revenge, could she return to the Jade Pure Sacred Sect? However, on second thought, the Mo family still needed to be saved, and she couldn't give up now. After so many years, Xing Hongxian and Chang Yuer must have become closer to Hanju. Would she become more distant from him? Thinking of this, Mo Zhu was worried about her gains and losses, and her expression was filled with disappointment. After killing the Devil Master, Hanju felt much more relaxed. It was good to kill him as soon as possible. Otherwise, this fellow would cause trouble again and affect the situation of the world, affecting his cultivation. But then again, how strong are the devils? Why aren't the immortal gods intervening? If Hanju was the lord of the heavenly court and saw the devils attacking the mortal world, he would understand that the devils were developing and would definitely stop them. Hanju felt that there might be a problem. Should I ask Zhang Guxing? Hanju felt that it was feasible, so he began to comprehend the three pure world cleansing and attempted to elevate this mystical power. A month later, the natural phenomenon caused everyone in the world to discuss. Combined with the culture of the world, most cultivators believed that another peerless genius had been born in a certain holy land. Hanju came to the Sword Dao River again. Passing by the various sword shadows, Hanju saw Zhang Guxing. "Brother. Senior, long time no see." Hanju smiled. No matter how the mortal world surged and how the world changed, Hanju would always encounter this sword immortal guarding the Sword Dao in the Sword Dao River. Zhang Guxing was no longer surprised by his arrival. Instead, he asked casually, "You're at the third level of the Mahayana realm. Aren't you going to ascend?" Hanju smiled and said, "There are enemies in the higher realm. I don't dare to ascend." Oh. Relying on the fact that Guxing didn't ask further, Hanju knew he obviously didn't want to get involved. In any case, he didn't expect him to help. Hanju said, "Our mortal world has been invaded by the devils. Why don't the immortals and gods take action?" Zhang Guxing replied calmly, "The upper world is in chaos. The heavenly court can't even take care of itself, so how can they care about the mortal realm? However, before long, the heavenly court will restore order." The upper world was in chaos? Hanju asked curiously, "The upper world can still be in chaos? What happened?" A greater demon saint appeared among the demons. He refused to obey the heavenly court and wreaked havoc in the heavens. There might be a powerful faction backing him, making it impossible for the heavenly court to suppress him in a short period of time. However, with the heavenly court's heritage, it will be dealt with quickly. Wait patiently. As for the devil race, their era has long ended. The demonic palace is only a second-tier faction in the upper world. After we mortals ascend, will we directly join the heavenly court? In your dreams. Many ascension platforms in the upper world connect to the thousands of mortal worlds in the universe. Most mortals can only join the cultivation sects in the upper world after they ascend. A small number of talented people will be chosen by the heavenly court, the Buddhist sect, and the divine palace. You can consider it. With your potential, you will definitely encounter such a choice. Once you choose, it will be very difficult to change factions. Relying on Zhang Guxing's words, his eyes revealed anticipation. He was looking forward to the commotion when Hanju ascended. Such a prodigy was rare even in the upper world. Hanju asked, "Senior, which faction do you think I should choose?" Zhang Guxing rolled his eyes and said, "Don't think too much. I'm alone in the heavens and don't have any background. You're a human, so it's best if you choose the heavenly court and divine palace. From the current distribution of power in the upper world, the Divine Palace, Heavenly Court, and Buddhist sect are the three top parties. They're on par with each other. However, the upper world is very big. There are also thousands of races, such as the Dragon Race, Phoenix Race, Golden Crow Race, Qilin Race, Azura Race, and so on. There's also the mysterious Tao sect and the ancient Immortal sect. Since we share some affinity, I'll give you a piece of advice. If you are not a Grand Unity Heaven Immortal, it's best to stay low profile. Hanju smiled and said, Senior, you're indeed my kind. To be honest, I have never left my sect in my life. Cultivating is common for me. Even if I become a Grand Unity Heaven Immortal, I won't go out. Really? Really? Using his fingers to calculate, Zhang Guxing sighed. You're so boring. Hanju almost vomited blood. What the heck? Hanju changed the topic and asked, Senior, have you heard of Profound Truth Divine Emperor? Eh? How do you know about Profound Truth Divine Emperor? He's the unparalleled war god of the Divine Palace. He died a long time ago, but he was once an invincible existence among immortal emperors. How are you compared to him? Far inferior. How is the relationship between the Profound Truth Divine Emperor and the Divine Palace? I'm not sure. It's said that the reason why the Profound Truth Divine Emperor died was due to the internal strife within the Divine Palace. He was surrounded by many immortal emperors from the demon race, but the Divine Palace did not provide any assistance. After the Profound Truth Divine Emperor died, the Divine Palace did not create a statue for him either. When Hanju heard that, he knew that something was wrong. Morong Chi had a blood feud, he couldn't go to the Divine Palace. Hurry up and ascend. Don't waste time. With your potential, as long as you join a major faction, those enemies won't find trouble with you. Hanju said, My enemy is the Vermilion Bird. Vermilion Bird? Then don't bother ascending, just wait and die in your current world. Zhang Guxing asked with a strange tone, How did you provoke the Vermilion Bird? The Vermilion Bird is a divine beast of Providence. Even the Heavenly Court, Divine Palace, and Buddhist sect would fawn on their race. If a Vermilion Bird causes trouble for you, the three major factions will probably turn a blind eye. No matter how talented you are, you're still from the mortal world. You can't compare to the Vermilion Bird. Listen to my advice. Disperse your cultivation, jump into the cycle of reincarnation, and change your identity. Chap 140. Juyin desires to descend, immortal god in the mortal realm. Damn it, reincarnate and cultivate again. Hanju couldn't stay calm. He wasn't Xing Hongxian, Chang Yuer, or any of the other women who could receive his help and regain their memories. He could only rely on himself. Since that was the case, he had to surpass the Vermilion Bird before considering ascension. In any case, the Fusang tree was growing. This was a divine tree that could attract the divine beasts of the upper world to the mortal world. Hanju believed that with the Fusang tree, he could continue cultivating. Senior, is there any way to avoid ascending? I want to continue cultivating in the mortal world. Hanju narrowed his eyes and asked. Zhang Guxing replied, I would be lying if I said there isn't. The world is vast, all kinds of things exist. According to what I know, there's a type of spirit stone related to the heavenly Tao that can avoid the restrictions of the heavenly Tao. If one does not transcend the tribulation, even if their cultivation level is far beyond the mortal realm, they can still stay in the mortal realm. Such spirit stones are not rare in the upper world. Immortals often rely on such spirit stones to descend to the mortal realm. However, the heavenly court strictly forbids the immortals from descending to the mortal realm. Once they're discovered, they will be dealt with according to the heavenly rules. When Hanju heard that, he confirmed that the heaven-evading stone was that kind of stone. He was completely at ease. He could now rest in peace. TSK, cultivate in peace. Thank you for your guidance, Senior. I'll visit you again next time. Hanju bowed and walked past Zhang Guxing. Zhang Guxing shook his head slightly and did not say anything else. After raising the 3 pure world cleansing, Hanju comprehended the true meaning of heaven and earth and consolidated his cultivation for several months. He had Suchi open a cave abode at the side. Without his orders, he was not allowed to leave. In order to not make him suspicious, Hanju strictly ordered the other disciples not to disturb him. Suchi immediately became proud as he thought, Master wants to focus on nurturing me. He wants me to cultivate well. At this point, the dissatisfied Tao Comprehension Sword could finally enter Hanju's cave abode. He didn't let her enter the cave abode to take care of her feelings. It was mainly because she could increase the spirit chi in the cave abode. The heaven and earth grass was a treasure even if it gained human form. Hanju immersed himself in cultivation again. Recently, the upper world was in chaos. Perhaps Taoist Juyin and the vermilion bird would come to the mortal world at any time. Hanju had to become as strong as possible. In a dark cave, Patriarch Blood Fiend, white-haired Fiend Lady, and Fiendish Arhat sat opposite each other. The three of them had extremely dark expressions. A crystal ball floated between them. Demonic aura surged within it. Luo Chioma is dead? A cold voice sounded. Patriarch Blood Fiend took a deep breath and said, he was killed by the genius of the heavenly immortal manner. Not only him, but all of us who worked for the devil race were severely injured. Even the Fiend Emperor died. A cold voice followed, why do you serve the devils? Are you betraying this world? Hearing this, the three fiends fell silent. They didn't really want to serve the devils, it was just that they had been given an irresistible offer. Fiendish Arhat sighed. Amitba. I'm not playing anymore. I plan on ascending like the Demon Lord. White-haired Fiend Lady nodded. She was also tired. Patriarch Blood Fiend sighed. Although they were top-notch existences in the mortal world, with their current cultivation levels, they wouldn't be completely reborn after transcending the tribulation. Since ancient times, there was a saying that after successfully ascending, one's cultivation level would increase exponentially. The higher one's cultivation level before ascension, the greater the cultivation level increased after ascension. This was also the reason why they refused to ascend. In the mortal world, they were mighty figures who controlled the life and death of all living beings. After they ascended, they would become one of the weak living beings again, who would ascend before their time was up. Humph, don't ascend yet. In at most 500 years, I will descend into the mortal world. When I destroy the heavenly immortal manner, you can then ascend. I will introduce you to the sects in the upper world and let you have someone to rely on. As for the devils, don't bother with them. The heavenly court will soon attack them. The sinister voice sounded again, causing the eyes of the three to light up. It couldn't be any better if he could destroy the heavenly immortal manner. To be honest, they were also angry and had nowhere to vent. Patriarch Blood Fiend immediately cupped his fists and bowed. Senior Juyin, we're waiting for you to descend into the mortal world. Of course. 20 years passed quickly. Hanju successfully broke through to the 4th level of the Mahayana realm. After breaking through, he habitually took out the Book of Misfortune and cursed Taoist Juyin and Vermilion Bird. Hanju was quite satisfied with this speed of breakthrough. He would be able to break through to the realm above the Mahayana realm in at most 100 years. While cursing, he checked the emails. Your good friend Imo Fuzhou was attacked by righteous cultivators, X48974*+. Your grand disciple Feng Liang accidentally entered the ancient forbidden ground and became the owner of an unparalleled divine sword. Your grand disciple Feng Liang consumed the heaven and earth divine fruit and his cultivation level increased exponentially. Your good friend Huang Jihao was attacked by beasts, X78834. Your good friend Taoist Jikong has achieved Tao Ascension and his providence has increased tremendously. Your Tao companion Xing Hongxian accidentally entered the temple of the land deity. Your good friend Chang Yuer accidentally entered the temple of the land deity. Your grand disciple Feng Liang has entered the heavenly immortal manor. His providence has increased. Hanju counted carefully. In the past 20 years, Feng Liang had obtained 9 fortuitous encounters. Ridiculous. The son of heaven and earth was really unreasonable. Most importantly, this fellow actually entered the heavenly immortal manor. He felt that when this brat returned, he would really be at the Mahayana realm. The son of heaven and earth was best left wandering outside. Hanju also noticed Xing Hongxian and Changyuer's opportunities. He was interested in the land deity. What was a land deity? A month later, Hanju ended the curse and kept the Book of Misfortune. He then turned his attention to Xing Hongxuan's puppet. He had to do things one by one. He couldn't skip the daily missions. Through the heavenly puppet, Hanju saw an extremely spectacular Taoist temple. The Taoist temple was resplendent in gold and jade. The space within was several thousand feet high. The stone pillars supporting the Taoist temple were tens of feet in diameter, as if this was a giant's temple. Xing Hongxian and Changyuer were sitting in front of a painting. They seemed to be comprehending something. Sometimes they would frown and sometimes laugh. Hanju spread his divine sense and looked at the Taoist temple carefully. Soon, he discovered a remnant soul in a stone statue. The remnant soul was an old Taoist nun dressed in a Taoist robe. She was curled up inside the stone statue, seemingly in a deep sleep. Hanju didn't know her cultivation level and didn't dare to disturb her. Could this really be a land deity? Fellow Taoist Guan, I've already broken through to the Mahayana realm. Let's spar. A voice entered Hanju's ears. Hanju returned to his body. Ji Xianchen. This fellow broke through to the Mahayana realm. He had noticed it before, but he didn't take it to heart. Hanju cautiously used the simulation trial to fight first. So close, but it was still an instant kill. Hanju immediately disappeared from the cave abode. Ji Xianchen waited for Hanju in the forest dozens of kilometers away. He was also very cautious. Although he had broken through to the Mahayana realm, what if he could not win? If he brought many people, wouldn't the news of his defeat spread? Hanju appeared behind him. Ji Xianchen turned around and said in high spirits, Guanyu, I have already reached the Mahayana realm and have comprehended a new mystical power. I have defeated all the elders of the heavenly immortal manor. As long as I can defeat you, I will truly be the #1 in the world.